Bare-bones notebooks running Google's Chrome operating system should be hitting shelves soon. These are essentially thin clients entirely dependent on the internet for their functionality, and Google's making an interesting enterprise play. Rafael Ruffolo, senior writer with ComputerWorld Canada, explain this to me.
Yeah, so basically June 15th, I think, is the date they're targeting with this Google for Business campaign. And basically they're targeting schools and businesses, large enterprises as well, a flat rate of $28 a month, and you're basically going to get a Chromebook that you can give out to an employee, and it's fully supported. Hardware, software. If the machine breaks, you can get another one, and the IT departments, in theory, don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah. So what's the use case for this?
Basically, rent a laptop. So instead of going to a leasing company or buying the laptops yourself, these end-user devices can just be rented from Google for a 3-year period, 4-year period. And that's basically what they're banking on, companies wanting to alleviate the headache of dealing with the refresh cycle.
Okay, so good idea, bad idea?
I actually love it. This reminds me of when Android was first announced, and there was a lot of skepticism going on then, but look at Android now. Now, I know that's not going to prove anything with this, but just the idea that enterprises want this process to be easier, and the fact that cloud computing has now become accepted by a lot of CIOs, I think this is a perfect time for this to come out. The Windows Vista fiasco was a big deal. A lot of companies just skip that, and you have companies now, the ones that haven't moved to Windows 7, that are still on XP. I mean, you're talking about an age-old operating system. The play here, you get a constantly updated operating system, constantly refreshed software, and you get it, just by paying Google a flat rate per month. I think it just takes the headache out.
I'm going to disagree, because if I didn't disagree, we wouldn't have an argument.
Yeah, we'd be off the air.
And by the way, I remember, you want to talk about XP as being age-old, I had 3.1. First of all, cost-wise, you put it as only $28 a month. I put it as $28 a month, which is $336 a year. I've already done the math. For a machine with no onboard functionality to speak of, and with a mythical refresh cycle of 4 years, and I say mythical because nobody refreshes every 4 years, you've shelled out $1,344, I think. I did it in my head. I didn't use a calculator. And that would buy you a pretty heavy-duty laptop and probably quite a few useful office applications.
See, the thing is, though, you're not stuck on WordPerfect or something like that. I mean, you're using an emerging, Google Docs platform that can save to Microsoft Word file format. And, they've partnered up with companies like Citrix. So, I mean, you can use Citrix Receiver, and you have, SAP apps, Oracle apps that you can use. So really what this is cutting out is those shops that are so tied into Microsoft and are, won't even think about moving out of that. But I think that is really shrinking, the amount of companies that are stuck in that. And you've even seen it in the phone business. I mean, companies are slowly saying, okay, we don't need to be on BlackBerry Enterprise Server. We can look at other platforms. And I think this is going to be the same way. This is just, I think you're going to see a copycat operating system soon from Microsoft, actually, that does the same sort of thing.
Well, Microsoft does have the Office Live
yes, they do.
option.
Yeah.
One use case that's been bruited is for call centers, where you got 3 shifts of people and you got a lot of turnover. You don't really want anything on the machine, and a lot of those do run thin clients, and this is essentially a thin client. But many call centers run their entire business process over the call answering software. The very specialized software, and it's in-house. I can't see them going to the cloud for that.
Well, you'd have to find a way to put that on Citrix Receiver and deliver that out that way. There's going to be challenges for sure. I mean, I'm not denying that, but I mean, for the average employee at the average big, enterprise, the specialized software they use are probably going to be, major business software from these big companies like an SAP and Oracle, and if they figure that out on the Citrix side, then you can roll that stuff out. This is really the challenge is going to be with Outlook, and with Microsoft Word, that sort of thing. And I think that that's not going to be a sticking point for a lot of companies, and especially schools. I think schools, and they're getting a $20 deal per month, actually, schools.
Last question. Mark Zuckerberg, as you know, only eats meat from animals he has killed himself. So,
Yeah.
hypothetical situation. He asks you to lunch alone. Are you nervous?
Big time, yeah. Because, well, I mean, I heard recently that he threw the lobster right into the right into the boiling hot water. I mean, he's ruthless. I don't know if I want to be lunch with him.
I heard he knifed a goat.
Yeah. I want to know where he got the goat. That's what I want to know.
I want a tour of Facebook's cafeteria. Is what I want.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be up on the health and safety or sanitation department.
Thanks very much.